So if you're struggling with sleep, you've probably tried, well, everything, right? From melatonin to meditation. But what if the reason you can't sleep has nothing to do with sleep itself? Today, we're going to look at this from a totally different angle. Oh, it's the most frustrating feeling, isn't it? You are physically and mentally just drained. But the second your head hits that pillow, your brain decides it's the perfect time to run a marathon. Your body feels like lead, but your mind is just buzzing. And this is the core idea we're going to unpack. What if insomnia isn't your body failing at sleep? What if it's actually a sign that your internal alarm system believes it just isn't safe enough to let its guard down? So here's our roadmap. We'll start with why your body might actually be choosing to stay awake. Then we'll look at the body's stuck accelerator, the surprising role your gut plays, and some physical signals of being unsafe before we tie it all together. You know, we think of sleep as this automatic thing that's supposed to happen, but for our bodies, it's actually a pretty vulnerable state. And your body will only shift into that rest and recovery mode if it gets the all-clear signal that everything is safe. If it doesn't get that signal, it's going to prioritize being vigilant over being rested every single time. The technical term for this constant state of high alert is nervous system dysregulation. It's basically when your body's automatic operating system gets out of whack, and it leaves that fight or flight switch stuck in the on position. Now, to really get this, we need to look at the master controller of your body's internal state, the autonomic nervous system, or the ANS. Just think of it as having two main branches that are supposed to work together in this beautiful, balanced dance. Okay, so on one side, you've got the sympathetic system. That's your gas pedal, your fight or flight response. It's what releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Then on the other side, you have the parasympathetic system. That's your brake pedal. This is your rest and digest mode that promotes calm and recovery. Insomnia is what happens when your foot is just jammed on the accelerator. And the brake? Well, it just isn't working. And what does that actually feel like at 2 a.m? Well, it's a racing mind that just will not shut up. It's a heart pounding in your chest for absolutely no reason. It's that restless, antsy feeling in your legs. It's why even the tiniest little noise can jolt you wide awake. Your body is just constantly primed for danger. And what's really fascinating here is the role of your brain's emotional center, the limbic system. See, after long periods of high stress or trauma, this internal threat detector can get hypersensitive. It's constantly scanning for danger, pumping out stress hormones that actively block melatonin, your main sleep hormone. This is the biological reason for that wired but tired feeling. Okay, now for a connection that might really surprise you. It turns out that your ability to feel calm and sleepy is deeply, deeply linked to what's happening far away from your brain, all the way down in your gut. Just take a look at this number, 70%. Now, what in the world could this possibly have to do with your sleep? Well, it turns out, a whole lot. Get this, a staggering 70% of your body's serotonin, which is a key chemical for your mood and a direct building block for melatonin, is produced right there in your gut. So to put it simply, if your gut isn't healthy, it literally can't make the raw materials you need for good sleep. So things like an imbalanced gut microbiome or chronic inflammation can directly sabotage your rest. And on top of that, some gut issues can lead to high levels of histamine. And since histamine's job is to promote wakefulness, having it spike at night is basically like drinking a cup of coffee right before you try to go to bed. So beyond the nervous system and the gut, there are these really physical signals your body sends that just scream danger to your brain. Let's look at 3 of them: your circulation, your breath, and the tension you're holding. And these 3 are so often connected. It might start with poor circulation, which makes the brain misread fatigue and then pump out stress hormones to keep you going. This can lead to chronic shallow breathing, which constricts your blood vessels and signals a threat. And that physical stress, it often shows up as tension in your neck and jaw, which not only sends its own danger alerts, but can actually impair your vagus nerve, the superhighway for calming signals in your body. Okay, so we've looked at the nervous system, the brain, the gut, and all this physical tension. These might seem like totally separate issues, but they're not. They are all threads of the exact same rope. This is the ultimate takeaway. This is the common thread. Whether it's a hypersensitive brain, an inflamed gut, or shallow breathing, the message your body gets is exactly the same. It is not safe to power down. Your body isn't broken. It's doing precisely what it's designed to do: protect you. The problem is, its threat detector is just miscalibrated. And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. The path to better sleep isn't about fighting your body into submission. It's about gently teaching your nervous system that the danger has passed and that it's finally truly safe to let go. So instead of asking, how can I force myself to sleep? Maybe this is the better question. And exploring that answer just might be the key to finally getting the rest you really truly need.